Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Neverwinter Nights 2 using the Bad Habits mod. Okay, so we are here in Kim's house.
Perhaps so.
We're going to continue on. Who's this? Aha! So the Night Owl returns. And who's this you brought with you? Nefel, I'd like you to meet Miss Crutton, my landlady. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you too, my dear. At least you're better looking than that hairy monster. That would be difficult, wouldn't it? Nethel's an old friend, and will be staying for a while. So who's this hairy monster? He's an idiot called Garth. He hasn't been looking for me, has he? Not today, no. Hopefully the message has finally sunk into that thick skull of his. Are you having a spot of boyfriend trouble? In his dreams I am. Don't worry about him. Come on, my room's upstairs. Okay. Guess we gotta go this way to Kim's room. Welcome to my humble abode. I still can't believe it. It's really you. The feeling's mutual. So, how long has it been? 10, maybe 11 years? I thought I'd never see you again. There's me crying all over the place a few days ago, and now here you are. You heard about the temple? Well, yes. I didn't really believe it all. You know how rumors are. So what really happened up on the hill? We were attacked in the night by assassins, and I think I'm the only one that escaped. I think you are too. From what I heard, the whole temple was burned to the ground, and nobody lived. That's why I couldn't believe my luck when I saw you standing at the gates. I had to pinch myself to make sure. Any idea what it was all about? None whatsoever. By the sounds of it, the purple path are behind it. And that means we're in the shit. We're? Yes, we. You're gonna need all the help you can get. I lost you once already, and I'm not gonna do it again. And don't worry about little Kim. She's used to trouble. What's this purple path? Or should I say, who are they? Nobody really knows. But they're bad news, and by all accounts, they're rather active lately. I don't think yours was the first temple that has been wiped out. So what brings you here anyways? I'd have thought staying in the woods would be much better for your health. Did you come to see me? Actually, no, I didn't. So, what are you doing here? I was sent here with something important for a Father Benjamin. Apparently he lives in Toulouse. Yes, he does. But how that old fossil could help you, I don't know. He stays in the church in the park. Then we have to go to him at once. Just relax. You're in a strange place, so leave it to me. I'll get you there, don't worry. Thanks, and you already got me past the guard. What was that all about? That's nothing. It happens all the time. They just top up their wages every time they think they can. That's normal to you? Welcome to the real world. Great. What did you give him? Oh, that was nothing. Don't worry about it. So how was your journey? That's the old Kim I know. You're changing the subject. Go on, tell me, what was it? Alright. You're going to find out sooner or later. Just a bit of dust. Half the guards are on it, or involved somewhere along the line. Dust? Yes, fairy dust. Magic powder. Whatever you want to call it. It's how I get by. Is that legal? Said the wanted monk who just had his order destroyed without anyone batting an eye. No, it isn't. Yes, it's dangerous and addictive. And yes, I do dabble every now and then. Happy now? What happened to you, Kim? Nothing happened. Welcome to my life here in Toulouse. I'm not ashamed of it. That's just the way it is. Really? So why weren't you going to tell me? I was. But just not all at once. Oh, why not? I can do magic too. And no, this isn't some drugged hallucination talking either. I really can. And not many people know that. It's a secret. That's amazing. So who else knows? 2 others around here, and my teacher. I'll tell you all about it later. It's a long story. Fair enough. Shouldn't you have signed up with one of the towers by now? No, I shouldn't. You really need to forget about rules and regulations for a while. They'll probably get you killed. In fact, they will. Try telling a sergeant of the guards about your temple, and you'd probably never see the light of day again. So everybody's corrupt? No, but you're better off assuming they are. Haven't you noticed on your travels that this land is slowly falling apart? Well, yes, it certainly seems that way. Then you know we must be careful. Not just because technically I'm a witch, and you're part of a wanted order, but just because that's how it is. We have to get to Father Benjamin. Before we go, have you still got that stone I gave you? I have it, as it happens. You remembered. That's really sweet. Can I see it? Don't you believe me? You're a monk. Of course I believe you. Now can I? Here you are. Yes, just as I thought. I've seen one of these in a book before. I knew it was special. What's so special about it? It's part of a golem, that's what. A golem? But they're illegal? Of course they are, but that doesn't matter. Weren't you listening to anything I said before? You're going to be glad you met me, my dearest monk friend. A life of crime awaits us if we are to succeed. So does Father Benjamin. Come on. Alright, let's take a look at the journal. A golem part. According to Kim, the stone she gave you many years ago is actually part of a golem. You should hang on to it. Seems that Kim has been living beyond the boundaries of the law for quite some time, but she's still your oldest and best friend, so does it matter? Alright. Father Benjamin stays at the church in the park, so you should go and see him. Alright, that's where we're going to go next, I think. Alright, back outside. Ah, there you are, Miss Kim. I thought you'd have been busy in the market today. No, not today. I've got other plans. One of your legendary hangovers, is it? Very funny. No, I'm just helping out an old friend, that's all. How admirable of you. Just don't get too carried away with your charity work. When you're ready, Harry wants to see you, but don't keep him waiting too long. Let me guess, he's in the dwarf. You know Harry. Have a nice afternoon, you two. Friend of yours? Not really. We sort of work for the same person, that's all. Harry, I presume? You got it in one. We'll have to pop in the tavern and see what he wants later. Fair enough. Okay, so we got a journal entry update there. Dodgy dealings. Kim got a message to meet somebody called Harry in the Drunken Dwarf Tavern. You should pop in there and see what he wants. Okay, so Drunken Dwarf Tavern is right there. And to the park, that's where we need to go to see the priest. But while we're over here, we might as well go in and see what is going on here in the Drunken Dwarf. This is it right here. Let's check it out. Alright, the Drunken Dwarf. Let's see who's all in here. Barbarian. Man. Oh, let's go. Here we are, Nithel, the Drunken Dwarf Tavern. A fine place to go if you're feeling like losing a lot of money. Is it expensive? Because it doesn't really look like it. Doesn't, does it? And that's because it only is if you feel lucky and decide to play cards with some of the regulars. That's when it starts to cost you a lot of gold. I've watched some people in here lose a fortune in one hand. Well, I don't think I'll be trying my luck, that's for sure. You and me both. It's not really something that... Oh, What's wrong? Bugger. He's seen me now. I heard you might be coming in here, Kim. Have you been avoiding me? Yes, I thought it would be best for you. How can that be? You are the woman I am to wed. No, I am not, and never was. Look, just forget all about me. I'm not good enough for you. I hate to interrupt a lover's tiff, but what's going on? Very funny. Nithel, meet Garth. Who doesn't know when to take a hint? You are wrong. It is destiny that brought us together. There is no greater hint than that. Step aside, Nithel. This does not concern you. Buy yourself a drink and leave us alone. Don't talk to my boyfriend like that. Boyfriend? What's this? You have led me on a merry dance, and now you tell me this? Sorry, Garth. I just didn't know how to tell you. That's all. Look, we can still be friends if you want. It's too late for friends. There's a fire burning inside me for you, and it cannot be quenched. Meet me outside the city, and we'll settle this according to the old rules. Exactly what do you mean? A fight to the death. To the victor goes the spoils. I take it that's me? Of course. Some of my clan are here now, expecting to see you, and we will await you at our camp. If you do not show, then we will take you by force. Can I fight and win Kim too? Are you mad? Look at the size of him. Then again, it's not a bad prize, and could be worth a gamble. Oh my god, what an idiot. How did that just happen? Was he your boyfriend? No, he wasn't. There are people who just aren't your type, and he's one of them. So what made you think that he was? One bloody night, that's what. We were having a good laugh, and I outdrank him, and that's only because I was high as a kite. Anyway, I couldn't leave him on the streets, so I took him to my place and put him to bed. Next thing I know, I'm suffering from a barbarian love. Oh dear. Perhaps we can sort this out without bloodshed. I really hope so. Sorry, Nithel. Thanks for backing me up. It's not fair to bring you into this. I thought he'd just give up, but he went into some ridiculous, primitive, bloody nonsense instead. What a mess. Don't worry, I thought it was quite amusing. Really? Yeah, especially he liked a bit about you being my girlfriend. Really? In what way? Forget I asked. Come on, let's find Harry. Good idea. Alright. So we gotta find Harry. Who's this bag? Oh, there he is right there. Who else we got in here? Anybody else? Nope, doesn't look like too many else important. Let's talk to Harry. Ah, the Wanderer returns. I'm glad that you got my message earlier. You've been quite hard to find lately. So is he the reason why? So what do you want, Harry? Are you looking for somebody who's capable of counting your winnings for you? No, I'm not. You see, Kim, we have a bit of a problem with you. You haven't been buying enough lately, and that means that you can no longer get such a good discount. That's not fair. I've been buying the same amount that I always do. What part of not enough don't you understand? Times are changing, and unless you are up to your game, you won't have one to play. I'm not about to start working day and night forcing people to buy. But if that's how you want it, screw you. I'll go somewhere else. Good for you, Kim. That's blackmail. Too right. So, will that be all, Harry? Now you're just being silly. You can't walk away like that. You might sell to the guards, but they answer to me, and things could get rather nasty for a little dust dealer if she were to get caught with a big bag full. Am I starting to make myself clear? Don't listen to him, Kim. He's bluffing. I don't know that he is. So what's the other option? Buy more? Because if it is, how can I compete if I don't get a good discount? Besides, why should I help you make more money now that you've threatened me? Kim, I think your selling days are over anyway. And I'm quite looking forward to seeing you scrabbling about to buy your next bag on the streets. So I'm willing to offer you a closing deal. How much? It's not that easy. A shipment of mine has gotten lost and is stuck in the warehouse. Liberate it and take it to Charlie's place. That's the deal. Take it or enjoy your last few nights of freedom. The choice is yours. And that's it? You and me are finished forever? How can I be sure? You can't. But you can be sure that if you don't do it, something very nasty is going to happen to you. You're a bastard. Consider it done. Come on, Nathal, let's get out of here. Alright, so let's take a look at a journal. Dodgy dealings. Harry has forced Kim into doing a job for him. You have to get some of his goods from the warehouse and take it to somebody called Charlie's house. And the problem with the barbarian's a boyfriend of Kim's won't take no for an answer and is expecting you to settle the argument by combat. He is camped outside the city with some of his clan. You should pay him a visit when you are ready and feeling diplomatic. A little bit of a hint there. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we got a couple choices here. I'm thinking we might as well handle the issue with Kim first. Let's take a look at a map. Did that show up on the map now? Yeah, the warehouse. Yeah, let's just go over there. Let's knock that one out. Take care of that quest. Fortune's Elven Armory. Now let's take a look in here. Fortune's shop. Looks like we just have the one elf in here. Let's talk to him. What an unusual pair you are. Certainly a most refreshing change from my usual customers of guards and adventurers. The name's Fortune, so how can I help you? I don't know yet. What is it you have for sale? The finest elven weapons and armor, this side of the Great Forest. Tell me, can you even use a bow? Well, I thought as much. I can train you if you want, for a fee of course, but it's the best training this side of the Great Forest, perhaps? Exactly. So would you be interested? Could save your life, and it looks like you might need it. You both have the look about you. Then again, so does anybody walking into a weapon shop. How much would your training cost? For you both, only 1,000 gold. Alright, so it looks like we get martial weapon and weapon-focused longbow. They're both me and Kim. I don't really have that sort of money to spare. Never mind. Not many people do these days. Perhaps you'd like to drool over my stock just in case you change your mind. Sure. Alright, so he's selling some, looks like light armors. He's got some magical armor. And some bows and arrows. And that's about it. Unfortunately, we can't afford none of that. So, I guess we're done in here. Let's continue on. Yeah, we got a hooker. Alright, let's see here. So I'm gonna guess this is the place. Let's take a look at a map. Yeah, this is the warehouse. Let's talk to the guard. Can't you see I'm busy working? Busy eyeing up the local talent, more like it. So what if I am? Go on, get away from here. This is private property. Really? Who owns it? Some bloody rich noble hired us to keep an eye on things for a while. Anyway, what's it got to do with you? Go on, get out of here. Yeah, you heard the man. Besides, it's really boring, just hanging around near the stables. Don't know why he bothers. Nothing ever happens here. Come on, let's go to the tavern. You're right. There really isn't much going on. I don't even know why they have a guard when the door is locked. Exactly. Before we go, I think we should have a word with an old friend of mine. An old friend? Yeah, I think that she could definitely do better than that man with the silly yellow hat, don't you? Possibly, but we should ask her first. Come on. Maybe we can use this hooker to distract him, I suppose. How's it going, Belle? Keeping busy? Well, I would be if somebody would only realize that some time with me is an investment in pure pleasure. Do you mind? We were talking. Go bother someone else before I tell your wife. Bitch, you wouldn't dare. Try me. What the hell are you doing, Kim? It's been bloody slow today, and now you've gone and scared him off. Thanks a lot. Shh! I've got a job for you. 20 gold and a bag of dust says it's a good one. Much better than the 10 you were going to get for a quick fumble around the back of the stables. How do you know that's where I go? Because you told me. Ah, forget it. So what do you say? Are you interested? Well, yes, of course I am. Nothing dodgy, though, is it? Just a little bit. See the guard by the warehouse? I think he'd love to take a stroll behind the stables, but he might just drop his keys on the way there. The ground sure is bumpy, isn't it? All sorts of stuff falls out of your pockets. 2 bags, and I'll be there for an hour. Now that sounds good to me. He's not going to know what hit him. Here you are. Put the keys back when you find them. I'm not getting blamed for whatever you're doing. I don't know who this lot are, but even Charlie's a bit scared of them. They just sort of turned up and moved in. Do you know where they're from? I think they're just mercenaries, but they're tough buggers. I used to have a good little number here, but this lot, they're too bloody serious. And I don't seem to be interested in a bit of, well, you know. I think the one by the door might be. Yes, he can hardly take his eyes off your tits. Very subtle, Kim. That just made my life easier. I better go and jiggle them in his direction. See you later, mate. And you too, handsome. Is this one your boyfriend, Kim? Just keep your mind on what you're doing. Not yet, then. Tell you what, handsome. If you're ever a bit lonely, come and find Belle and I'll show you a good time. If you like straw. Straw? Oh yes, there's a big pile of it. And if you haven't, don't worry about it. Don't worry, I won't. And looks like some time's passing by here. And the guard's gone. Let's see. Oh, what is that? Warehouse key. Ah. So it did fall out of his pocket. Warehouse key we have. Alright, let's open her up. Well, let's see what we got. Alright, in the warehouse. Let's see what we got here. Let's take a look at the map. Alright, not too big. Let's see what we got. Did you just lock a door? Well, yes, so the guard won't know somebody went in. He could raise the alarm. Good thinking. I wonder how Belle's getting on. Probably fine. Do you know what it is we're looking for? Not really, but I'd imagine whatever it isn't big. So it probably wasn't left amongst the main stuff, just in case it got lost. That is, if it exists at all, and this isn't just a plan to get me killed. It seems a rather elaborate way of going about it, so I doubt it. But I do think we'll have to be ready for something nasty at Charlie's. That would make sense. Do the dirty work, hand over the goods, then get a knife in the back. It's the most logical conclusion. Not to mention a painful one. But that's not going to happen. I've got an idea, but we'll have to wait and see what these goods are. Whatever they are, they're illegal. For sure. I bet a couple of months ago, while contemplating various things up in the mountains, you didn't think you'd soon be robbing a warehouse with your old friend. No, I think you can safely say this is not what I imagined I was training for. What about saving damsels in distress? Clever, Kim. I can't argue with that. Anyway, at the moment, We don't really have an option. Our associates don't seem to be the kind of people that listen to reason. Exactly. So don't worry, my dear Nethel. We're doing the right thing. It is true, monks can move really quietly like assassins. Yes, we were taught how to spread our weight and move gently to not attract attention. Do you think now would be a good time to put that into practice? It's got to be better to surprise them. We might even be able to single out a few. Then when we're discovered, I can put my training into practice too. It's been a while since I used my magic. The market's not exactly the best place to start casting spells. No, it definitely isn't. What sort of things can you do? Depends, really. It's hard to explain. It sort of comes to me, and then leaves again as a spell depending on what I've wanted or said. Tell you what, though. I've been feeling my powers building up for quite some time, so I hope I don't explode. Could you? Don't be ridiculous. Anyway, now's not the time to discuss this. Don't forget, Bell's clock's ticking. You're right. Come on. Shh, somebody's coming. We better be careful. That was the plan. Okay. So, we gotta do some sneaky here. Yep, there's some folks over there. Alright, this is probably a good place for a quick save.